Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one more time, I go by the name of N6. Welcome to Glitch Africa and welcome to The Breakdown with N6. What do we do on this show? We break down the hottest gist in pop culture over the course of the last few days. So you know that we're going to be talking about everything that has been trending and that has gone viral. It's going to happen here.
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
But first of all, you have to do the needful. Help me smash that subscribe button, then like, and also leave a comment, all right? Now listen to the show. All through the show, I'm going to be asking a truckload of questions, and I'm going to need you to comment down below, all right? So let's go. First story today. Yes! The story has to do with Chris Brown, Poco Lee, and Davido dancing the Please, does anybody know Poco Lee's soap? What soap does Poco Lee use? What lotion? If you're Poco Lee's girlfriend, help me get his beauty regimen. There is something about that young man. I have never seen somebody who has been so blessed, so graced, and he just seems to have all the luck in the world. Poco Lee, what soap do you use, my brother? Because I have never seen this happen. This is one of the greatest dancers in Africa. But Davido, Poco Lee, and one of the greatest dancers, performers in the world, period. Chris Brown linking up to dance. Unavailable. I love it. Now, what is crazier is somebody should. It's so clear that Chris Brown didn't get rehearsal time, but Chris Brown is really, really good with dancing because he really got the dance. But the part that got to me was the way Chris Brown's body was doing. Like, Chris Brown, you see that unavailable in Nigeria. He gets with a swag this thing, you understand? So you got to just, I'm unavailable, you know. But that way we do. I'm unavailable. You got to be available before you can be unavailable, all right? So it was a great video. I loved it. I think it was huge for pop culture. Poco Lee, Davido, Chris Brown, dancing unavailable. It's worth another watch. It's still The Breakdown with your boy N6, and one of the greatest awards in Africa, literally our own version of the Oscars. Yes, I said it. It happened last weekend, the AMVCA. It is literally Africa's version of the Oscar Awards. The AMVCA is called the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards. Now, one of the craziest things that happens at the AMVCA are the outfits, all right? Now, our superstars come through all draped up and dripped out. Some of them get it, but sadly, some of them don't, all right? Now, there were a truckload of wacky outfits at the AMVCA for this year, 2023, and we're gonna talk about every single one of them. From Ifu-Ennada, who came there as a dumbbell. Now, the problem is, I don't understand. Ifu-Ennada got to tell us if she was 20 kg, a 50 kg dumbbell, human-sized dumbbell. I don't really get that outfit. How did she plan to sit down on a regular-sized chair with a dumbbell?
Okay.
That was one outfit. Thankfully, this year, she didn't tell us how much it costs and caused an uproar. One thing that we can all agree on this year at the AMVCA is that the guys killed their makeup game better than the ladies. I never thought I'd be saying this. Gay! Look, I have so many videos from Steve Chooks to a guy called Shady of Lagos. The men were killing it with the makeup game. They drew the Wi-Fi on their forehead. Wait, first, because it gets some things where we're supposed to nip in the bud in this our culture. What is this latest thing when I go do AMVCA finish? Can't they post how much the dress cost? Did anybody ask you? Did anybody ask you?
Sorry.
One of the wackiest outfits as well happened at the AMVCA fashion show where Tiana's styling came out as a human tape rule. Now, let me just break her off some slack. That outfit would cost a lot of money. If one tape rule costs like maybe 2,000 naira and she probably used like 40, I'm starting to understand that some outfits might be wacky, but they're also expensive. Looking forward to next year's AMVCA and how much more wacky the outfits could be.
Oh my God.
Yes! Now, in Nigeria, we don't have 4 seasons. We don't have snow, summer, spring. No matter what the fashion people tell you, summer outfit. No, we don't have summer. It's summer all year round. But we have 2 seasons. We have the rainy season and we have the hot or dry season. Now, the rainy season leads to a lot of emotions. Nobody wants to sleep alone on a cold, rainy Nigerian evening. Least of all, the owner of Maven Records, Don Jazzy himself. But he put out a tweet saying, oh, this rainy weather is one soft water bum that would have been keeping him company. You get it now? And this is why I'm confused. What is Don Jazzy's spec in women?
If they rush very well, it be much. Not gonna make my tap in the rush.
Don Jazzy tweets about big bum bum. So what is Don Jazzy's spec really?
Whatever, I don't give a. Do I look like I give a? Because I don't.
There is one man that if he comes to Nigeria, at least he should just hire Mopo for now.
PD, get down!
His name is Emdee Tiamiyu. An idiot. You know, one of those Nigerians that will use a ladder and climb to the top and then kick the ladder off so that nobody else gets there? He's one of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
From his tribal marks, I could guess he was going to be a jerk.
Damn!
The UK had this rule. They opened up their borders to Nigerians. If you come to do your masters, you can bring dependents if you're married. So if you're a married man, you want to go to the UK and have your masters, you got a wife and 2 kids, they let you bring your wife and 2 kids. Okay? Cool stuff. It's not only Nigerians, it's a law, so everybody else does it. When the BBC asked this young man about why Nigerians are coming to the UK, one would think that he would, just make a case for Nigerians. We're coming to do our masters. Because remember, Nigerians are not coming there for free. Masters are very expensive. Some of them range as far as £20,000 or more, depending on the university. But this young man made it sound like it was all a huge scam. Nigerians are not interested in their books. We're not interested in coming over to the UK to read, get further degrees, and better our lives. None of that. He just made it sound like, look, UK, the only thing where they using our visa do now, say we they pack ourselves, they come. We they pack ourselves, they come. It is a scam, and it got me thinking the absolute idiocy of all of this.
It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then
It's not about the
education.
education.
Job, hopefully.
It's not really about the education.
Patriotism is something that should shine through in several ways. No be until them play national anthem, you begin to now you be patriotic Nigerian. None of that. You should be patriotic at all times. And I don't think painting Nigerians with a huge brush did us any good, especially waking up to find out that the UK has banned or stopped that part of the visa where Nigerians can bring their dependents. So dear Mr. Emdee Tiamiyu, who I have seen pictures that you were a former policeman in Nigeria, so I'm not surprised, but I've heard all sorts of stories how he left Nigeria. I found out that he hasn't even been in the UK for 1 year. First, Mr. Tiamiyu, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Do the world a favor. Buy yourself another shirt, all right? If I got to see that little kente-looking bootleg hoodie you got going on one more time in all of your retarded videos, who gets in a bus on the UK and goes, first time getting on a bus?
Awkward.
The people that got sent to the UK post-COVID, I like to call them the post-COVID batch of Nigerian jackpass to the UK. You guys have done this entire nation a disservice. We have complained about the videos. It's one retarded video after the other. This is how toilets look like in the UK. This is, please, you are not the first and you won't be the last by the grace of God. Please go there, read your books, do what you got to do, and stop embarrassing the country and ruining it for everyone else.
My emotions! My emotions!
Leader of the MOP, Seun Kuti. Look. I'm just happy how all of this turned out. As the white people will say, all is well that ends well. All right. So I saw a beautiful video. Seun Kuti was let out of prison after 4 days in detention for slapping the shit out of a Nigerian policeman. He gets slapped, then he get wozen. He was him. First of all, I'm going to say this. Look, you're not a Kuti. You watching me, zoom in. You're not a Kuti. You don't come from a long line of activists. Do not slap a Nigerian policeman. I guarantee you, you would be in prison longer than 4 days, all right? Seun Kuti is a good friend of mine, and you know, what's weird is I saw him at a house party like 24 hours before the issue happened. I was always praying for him. If you check my IG story, I put it up, because the law says that an assault on a policeman is 3 years in prison. And I really wouldn't want Seun Kuti doing 3 years in prison. I don't think anybody wanted that. So, happy to find out all of this ended after 4 days. Seun Kuti is a free man. He's out there. And please, from my humble self and the good people at Glitch Africa, do not go ahead slapping any Nigerian policeman. You might not be as lucky. I saw some news that the policeman Seun Kuti slapped went into a coma. If anybody has any whereabouts of this policeman who is in a coma or can tell us if he has snapped out of the coma, we would like to find out right here on The Breakdown. Tina Turner died.
What's love got to do with it?
You might not know who Tina Turner is, right? She had the wacky hair. And if you're in your 30s or your late 30s at least, you remember dancing to Simply the Best. I am crying.
Emotional, damn it.
Now, let me tell you this. Tina Turner was a huge part of my childhood. If you went to any party as a kid, they played What's Love Got to Do With It. They played Simply the Best. All of Tina Turner's hits were jams. Now, I always thought Tina Turner was like maybe a few years older than me back in the day, only to find out like Tina Turner probably put out these songs in her 30s, maybe in her 40s as well, all right? But great music nonetheless. Rest in peace to Tina Turner. And this is not the time to bring it up, but Tina Turner was the famous superstar who got beat up by her husband, Ike Turner, divorced him, but kept his surname because she'd made money with it already. Tina Turner. Great lady. Google her up. Check out her music. You'll be glad you did. Rest in peace one more time to Tina Turner. Make me happy. Click on the like and on the subscribe button so that anytime I drop my breakdown videos, you get to hear them first. Move over. Hilda Bassi, you have competition. And I don't mean that hating ass cook from Liberia or Sierra Leone that's trying to compete with you. You have competition from this guy in a white native and a red hat in the Turning Eba Whip It competition. Whip it. Now, first of all, why do I love this? Guinness Book of World Records, please tell me if there is a Turning Eba world record, because I think I have just found the next person I am going to manage to superstardom, all right? Now, this guy was turning Eba or whatever. It's got to be swallowed, definitely. And he really impressed the women that were looking on. I've told you, ladies, male chefs are on the rise. Men, for far too long, have needed women to cook our meals. So we are on the rise. Chefs like myself, if you check it out, I make a mean cup of tea. That's the only thing I can cook for now.
Come on, man.
Don't blame me. Good thing starts at a small foundation, all right? One of the funniest videos that came out this week in pop culture. Kid Dominant got to hang out with Kanye West. I don't know if it's because both their names start with K or something, but that video was kind of weird. Kanye West, first of all, you know, normally you don't know they smile. So Kanye West first give them. Kid Dominant, please, if you don't know anything about Kanye West, now would be a good time to Google him. Please be sure Kanye West takes his meds. I don't want a video coming out tomorrow going, Kid Dominant, man, I brought this Kid Dominant guy and he tried to take Kim from me just when we were trying to work out the divorce. You know, Kid Dominant, Kanye West has been known to go off the ledge, all right? So I love this new friendship. I hope Kid Dominant is working with Kanye. Kid Dominant gets to work with Kanye on a brand new project. Kiddo is a good friend of mine. Every time I go to South Africa, we get to kick it. And, you know, I'm just excited. Kid Dominant and Kanye West. There was another video, Black Bones and Ludacris, and the last week it was Burna Boy and Diddy. Hey, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. One more time, you just might see N6 and Elon Musk. Think about it. It's The Breakdown with your boy N6. It's been a pleasure bringing you all the hot gist in pop culture in Nigeria and the world. And also like, subscribe, and drop a comment because I've asked quite a lot of questions on the show today. See you on the next show. Cheers.